Welcome back, everybody. We're the FPL Duo. I'm joined by Jordan, and today we're going to do a quick stream for you. This is the FPL Game Week 29 transfer tips video. This is the buy, sell, hold, ignore series, where we recommend you 2 players you should buy, 2 players you should sell, 2 players you should hold on to, and also 2 players you should completely ignore. Now, before we get into the stream, how you been, Jordan? Is everything fine?
Yeah, everything's good here. I've been enjoying the Champions League football and obviously the Tottenham game the other day. That was pretty eventful. So yeah, it's been eventful for so far. More to come.
It was. Obviously, we're still in Game Week 28 right now. There are fixtures to be played on Thursday, but this is the tips for Game Week 29. So without further ado, let's get into the first player we recommend you should buy for Double Game Week 29. So, hold on. The first player on our list that you should buy for this game week is KULUSEVSKI from Tottenham. Now, Spurs do have a double game week. They play Man United away and Brighton away. So it's not the best double game week fixture, Man United and Brighton, but it's pretty decent. I think KULUSEVSKI, he's looked pretty good, I'd say. He's had 12 shots, 3 assists. He's had 3 shots on goal and also 2 goals. You see his expected goals per 90 at 0.24 and his expected assists per 90 is at 0.44. He's also at a really good price, I believe, for that 6.1 million. He's very good value for money, I believe. If you can't afford Heung-min Son, I think KULUSEVSKI is a great alternative. He is one that I'm going to bring into my team. I think he has potential to score good points. Also, if you already have Harry Kane, I would probably go double attack and also bring in KULUSEVSKI as well as Kane, and I think that's a very good potential. So the reason I like KULUSEVSKI is obviously with Spurs, we know they have a double, and long term, I think they've got decent fixtures as well, plus more double game weeks to come. And at that price point, I think he's excellent value for money. He also seems pretty nailed. I know Lucas Moura has been injured recently, but I do expect KULUSEVSKI to play both of those double game week 29 fixtures, and he is a player I think is going to be very highly transferred in. What's his numbers for transfer ins? I think he's very high, isn't it?
He's overtaking Kane.
It's over 200,000, I think.
Oh, he's 151,000 transfer ins for KULUSEVSKI. He's the third most.
I expect that to go up more.
Yeah.
So deadline's on Saturday. I expect him to be one of the most transferred in players. I think how he's performed in the last couple of games, we see what he done against Everton. He got the 2 assists, and he's looked a very good player. And for that price, we definitely think he is someone you should have on your watch list. So moving on to the second player that we recommend you buy for this double game week 29 is SAKA. We think this is quite an obvious pick. I could have put SAKA on here. You could go Martinelli. You could go Odegaard if you want to go that way. But I think Saka's the one out of all the Arsenal players we recommend. He's got 5 assists, 8 goals. Also, you look at his XG, 0.28 per 90 on goals, and then expected assists per 90 is also 0.24, valued at 6.5 million. But he is due to rise, I believe. Ownership's quite high, especially his effective ownership is quite high. I think he does have a double game week against Leicester and Liverpool. Okay, that Liverpool fixture isn't great. It's going to be quite tough, I think. But Leicester haven't been playing that well, and Saka has been playing in good form. Arsenal also in very good form recently after their 3-2 win against Watford. I think if you are picking an Arsenal attacking player, I do believe Saka is the standout. Martinelli is another one I like, but if I had to pick the Arsenal attacker, Saka would be the one I go for if you don't have him already. I think he's a no-brainer to have in your team for this double game week, and also moving forward. If you don't have Saka, if you can't quite stretch to Saka for budget reasons, then maybe I think Martinelli is also another great pick. But for my team, I'm probably going to have Martinelli and Saka because I like both of the players, so I'm probably going to double up. Could go Lacazette as well, but Saka's the one I think for me. So see, he plays Leicester and Liverpool are both at home fixtures, and then he's got Villa, Palace, Brighton, Southampton as well. So decent fixtures going forward. I do believe Arsenal are one of the teams with some decent fixtures towards the end of the season, and he's one that will have more potential double game weeks in the future. So you could essentially just hold him for the end of the season. And he's at a great price, I believe, 6.5 million. Also, similar price to KULUSEVSKI. Good value for money. And there's not many great players around that price point. So that's why I like Saka. And that's why I've got him in my team. I've brought him in. So let us know in the comments, guys, who you're bringing in. And also quickly, just to stop the stream for a sec, can you please drop a like and, smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And, drop your comments and let us know your thoughts on the two first players. So KULUSEVSKI and Saka is the two first players we recommend you should buy for Double Gameweek 29. Now we're going to move on to the players we recommend you sell if you have them, and I'll let Jordan take that away.
Okay, without further ado, the players to sell. The first one we have is RUBEN. Now this is probably the most obvious selling player at the moment because obviously Diaz is red flagged. He has a hamstring injury. And it has been reported that he will be out for at least a month. So he will be missing a lot of game week fixtures. So he'll be missing Crystal Palace. He'll be missing the blank, obviously, in 30. But then he's got Burnley away. And then after that, Liverpool home.
Yeah.
And then henceforth, basically the next 5 fixtures, he won't be playing, potentially, with his injury. But with his ownership has dropped. It's no longer 22.5%. It is at 20%. He is, as I think, he is the second most transferred out player. He is 218,000 currently transferred out. So he's the second from Bowen, who's top. And his price is set to drop as well. It's 6.3 currently, but that will soon drop. So if you still have Diaz, I would recommend you sell him as soon as you can before the price drops on him from all the owners that are getting rid of him.
Yes. Sorry, just quickly. I also believe RUBEN Diaz as a sell could also be the same for any Man City defender. If you have Laporte, if you have Stones, if you even have Cancelo, I've seen people get rid of Cancelo. We do believe you can kind of get away with getting rid of Man City players because obviously they don't double anymore. They blank in 30, and then they also have Liverpool, which is a tough fixture on game week 32. So we do believe you can get rid of the City defense for the next 4 game weeks. So if it's not Diaz, even Laporte, if you have Laporte or someone Stones, you probably can get away with them without them as well. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The Man City defence is no longer the priority or popular choice now, considering the double game weeks we are now getting. Man City's defence is probably the least recommended for the moment. But yeah,
even though they'll probably keep a clean sheet against Palace and Burnley.
Yeah, despite them getting a clean sheet, especially now they want to try their hardest to keep at the top, which may be more harder now that Diaz is now injured. It makes the defence for Man City a little bit more vulnerable, I'd say. Not as strong as they would normally have him, as Diaz is a good defender for Man City. But moving on to the next selling player is Jarrod Bowen. Yeah, yet again, this is because of an injury. He has an Achilles injury, which is not said to be as bad as first thought, but nonetheless, he's definitely a player to sell because obviously West Ham do not double anymore, and they have Aston Villa home, and then they have Tottenham away, and they have Everton home, and the fixtures get more better after that. But because of the double game week players are now the priority, and because obviously Bowen is injured as well, it's less of a favourable choice to keep or even buy Bowen. So even if you have him, it's best to sell him off now. He is 6.9 mil. He has dropped in price. He was 7 mil, and his ownership has dropped as well. It's no longer 25.9. It is falling. So it's best to sell him now as soon as you can before the price obviously changes, because it will be less favourable if you bought him at a certain value for money. But yes, that's fine.
Yeah, he's definitely a doubt. Obviously, he might not even play the next game, and also their fixtures don't look that good. Villa, Tottenham, and 30. But also, the fixtures get a bit better, I guess, after 31. But I'll definitely be looking to take him out. Too much of a risk. And you want players like KULUSEVSKI, you want players like Son, even SAKA. It's very hard to find a spot for him, especially with that price. You could easily switch him out for a SAKA, for a Martinelli, who do double this week. So Bowen, I do think he's an easy sell for now, even though he's been brilliant this season. But yeah,
absolutely.
Moving on to the players you should hold now. You gonna go with this one?
Yeah, we said this last week as well on our video, but Coutinho is still a good hold player to have in your team. Now we have seen from his double game week match against Southampton how much he was involved in that. Like literally, he could have had 3 or 4 goals in that game. Mm-hmm. It was very unfortunate he only had 1 goal in that match, but he's definitely a hold player to have. More for the reason that he doesn't double, but it's more for the reason that he plays in game week 30. He's not Aston Villa are not a team that's blanking in game week 30, but also because of Coutinho's amazing, thriving attacking talent that he has. He is definitely a player that you want to hold on to and not get rid of, especially despite the fixtures being hard, like West Ham away, it's not too bad, but then Arsenal home, and then Wolves away, and then Tottenham home, then game week 33 Liverpool home, which is going to be a really tough one for Aston Villa. He is still a good hold player to have for the price as well. 7.4 mil. He's not that expensive for a midfielder, but for what he's worth, 18 shots, 3 assists. He's had 7 shots on goal with 3 goals. For that ratio, it is a pretty good statistic, especially for a player that's
hold, basically.
Yeah, for a player who's just newly transferred into the team and has got these sort of stats. He's definitely a player you want to hold in your team for the future.
Okay, yeah, Coutinho could be a decent hold as well, I believe. Even though for my personal team, I'm basically taking him out to get Kulusevski. But yeah, we'll move on to that. But I still believe Coutinho is a good hold. He plays West Ham. He can easily score against West Ham. And also, the good thing is he doesn't blank in 30. I agree with Jordan there. And I'll just cover the next one. So the next player we recommend you hold for Game Week 29, if you have him already, is Jota. Now, Jota's an interesting player because, in my opinion, you should have got rid of him weeks ago. Should have maybe got rid of him 2-3 weeks ago. But if you already have him and you've held on to him for this long, we believe he's a definite hold because he plays Brighton and Arsenal. He has a double game week, so I don't see the point in getting rid of a double game week player. He's going to be a differential because, in his effective ownership, it's going to be quite low in the top 10K because most people have already transferred him out. So if you do have him already, we'd definitely hold on to him and play him. And I believe he's definitely a hold this week if you do got him because, look at his goals, 12 goals this season. Second top scorer in the league, I believe, only behind Salah. His expected goals per 90 is, unbelievable. 0.74 is very good. His expected assists per 90 at 0.22. We believe you at least hold him for this week if you have him, and then maybe consider getting rid of him 30 if you want. If you think he's a rotation risk, with Diaz, Firmino coming back from injury now as well. Mane's still there. But he's definitely a hold, I believe, for Game Week 29. Now, let's move on to the next player. We're going to move on to the players now you should ignore for Game Week 29. And now, the first player you should ignore for Game Week 29 is REESE James. Now, we did these graphics yesterday. So, obviously, the news came out today that he is injured and he's missing the Norwich game. Now, well, the rumors are he'll miss the Norwich game, which is definitely. He's probably going to miss the Newcastle game as well. And then he has a blank in Game Week 30. So he ain't going to play there. And then he should be back for Game Week 31, potentially. Now, he wasn't ignored for me anyway before this injury because of the fact that they have a blank in Game Week 30 and that he would be a doubt anyway for that Newcastle game because he's just coming back from injury. But it looks like he's been injured now, so he's definitely, an avoid, and an ignore. So REESE James, we wouldn't be getting him in. If you have him, you could potentially hold him for Game Week 31 and see if he plays that Brentford fixture. But he's an easy ignore now. If you bought him in early, it's a bit unlucky. If you did get the, the haul he had against Burnley, then you're also lucky there. But you know, we did his graphics yesterday, and he's definitely a player we'd ignore now. Obviously, after that injury, I think is quite obvious. But let's hope he's available for that Brentford fixture in game week 31. Because he was my captain this week, and he's done amazing things for me. I think he's on 33 points as well. So we know what Reece James could do if he's fit. And I'll just quickly cover this one as well. Yeah. The next player you should ignore for this game week, we believe, is Jimenez. Now, if you look at Jimenez's fixtures, they look pretty good. So, you know, he plays Everton in 29, then he has Leeds in 30, which is quite good because he's one of those teams that don't blank. They're not fixtures. But the worry with Jimenez is his lack of minutes. He's now a rotation risk. He's been benched for the last 2 games. So he plays on Thursday, doesn't he, against... Who does he play on Thursday? Leeds, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it Leeds? Yeah, so he plays, I think, Leeds on Thursday. So see how he does against Leeds. But I think Jimenez is one I'd not bring in. Like, I'd avoid bringing him in. I'd ignore him. Because Jimenez is quite highly owned in the top 10K, I believe. His effective ownership is quite high. Because, you know, people that wildcarded bought him in. But we believe Hwang is probably a better choice than him. Because it looks like Hwang is a... more nailed than he is, basically. So Jimenez is a worry for minutes for me. And if I have him, I'd look to probably offload him. And if I'm looking to bring in strikers, I think he's definitely ignore for me right now. See what he does in that game against Leeds. And then reconsider your options then. So yeah, that's the players, guys. That's the 8 players. Let's just bring it from the top again and show you who we recommend. So the 2 buys, KULUSEVSKI and SAKA. Ruben Diaz, you should sell. Bowen, you should also sell. Coutinho is a hold. Jota is also a hold. Reece James is, you know, we think we should ignore. And also Jimenez, we believe you should ignore. So those are the players. And yeah, we believe, you know, we've picked a good selection of players for you, and that's what we're going to be doing. I think a lot of us are going to bring in, you know, KULUSEVSKI, SAKA, and, you know, maybe potentially get rid of, you know, the players we've mentioned. You know, we've mentioned you're going to hold Coutinho, it looks like.
Yeah.
Sell Bowen off. So yeah, all in all, it's quite a good list. Also, guys, drop a comment, please, in the chat and let us know what you think of our picks. You know, have we missed anyone? Have we left anyone? Yeah, have we left anyone out? Is there anyone we should include? Is there any else we should buy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This has been it. It's a quick video for FPL Double Gameweek 29. You know, this has been the transfer tips. We also love to hear from you what you think of our picks. So, yeah. Also, guys, for anyone watching, please don't forget to smash the like button and also subscribe if you're new here. We're very close to 170 subscribers. So get us there. Share the videos all on your socials if you can. It will be much appreciated. But yeah, we'll probably wrap the stream up here. Is that everything from you, Jordan?
Yeah, that pretty much covers everything that we need to say.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we will have another video, guys, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, so it's a team selection, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow we'll have a team selection video for you. And then obviously Saturday at 10 a.m. we will be back for the deadline stream, and we hope you could join us on that one. So yeah, that's it from me and Jordan. This has been the transfer tips video. We hope to see you tomorrow for the team selection. And yeah, take it easy, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Peace.
See you soon, guys. Take it easy.